we all see what we see in the video and it's not lining up with police testimony.
Family members of Michael Bagot feel that police testimony entered into the courts as part of the process and inquest examining his death has not been aligning with other eyewitness testimony and videos released as part of the process.
I don't think Michael got the dignity or the empathy that he deserved as a human right from police.
That's Emily Bagot-Sedin speaking to reporters outside of court and calling the testimony of Winnipeg police officers into question. That's after Judge Lindy Choi heard from firefighter paramedic Jeffrey Peters on Friday, who testified that he witnessed an officer kneeling on Bagot's back when he arrived on scene to find the man not breathing. This despite members of the Winnipeg Police Service testifying the contrary. When questioned on the differences in the testimony, Peters told Winnipeg Police Legal Counsel that the restraint stood out to him as he'd seen a similar hold in a training video about restraints, telling the court that he came into the situation blind, not even knowing that police were on scene or had someone restrained, as dispatch information about the call, while available, did not reach him.
It seemed, very immediately, obviously they got on the bus and told him to put his hands up, which he immediately complied with, and then they began attempting to arrest him without even telling him what they were going to do.
Bagot-Sedin says despite what police say, they feel there was no true attempts to de-escalate the situation. For Bagot-Sedin and her family, she says hearing the testimony from Peters, one of the only non-police witnesses called, did offer some relief, saying for them, it confirmed Bagot was mistreated.
They could have done so much more to de-escalate that situation.
In video evidence submitted to the courts, a panicked Bagot is pleading with the driver of a bus on Provencher Boulevard to close the door of the bus, saying people with a gun are after him, asking repeatedly for the driver to lock the door. A short time later, officers enter the bus and tell Bagot to put his hands up, which he does. But when they try to take him into custody and turn him around, he asks them to hold on as they push him against a window inside the bus, telling him to relax and stop resisting repeatedly. And Bagot again cries, "Let me go," over and over, a final cry for help before police bring him to the ground of the bus. Video played in court shows 5 officers interacting with Bagot while he is on the ground before they carry him off the bus. And while video shows an essentially motionless Bagot on the ground, police who testified on Thursday and today said he was conscious, yelling, and breathing, essentially up until the moment paramedics arrived and started performing life-saving measures. On Friday, court also heard from another responding officer who reaffirmed previous testimony that Bagot was alive while being carried off the bus and while on the ground, saying the main goal of police was to get him help, getting him safely into custody and then to the proper care. Inspector Krista Lee Dudek, who served as a staff sergeant at the time of Bagot's death, told court earlier this week that the only thing officers would have changed in the response is the outcome. However, family feel the evidence presented in court shows that something could have been done to prevent Bagot's death. In Winnipeg, Morgan Majeski, City News.